Caodaism is a monotheistic religion native to Vietnam. It is the third largest religion in Vietnam with 6 to 8 million followers. It was founded by a man named Van Chu, who claimed to have received revelations during a seance. In 1926, Van Chu shared what he learned through his direct communication with God and formally established the religion of Cao Dai. Caodaists describe their religion as a unification of Confucianism, Taoism, Buddhism, and Roman Catholicism. Cao Dai adherents believe in karma and reincarnation, follow the ethical principles of Confucianism, and operate under a structure identical to Roman Catholicism, with the head of Cao Dai acting like a pope. Being a combination of religions, Caodaism doesn't teach the truth. Instead, the aim of the religion is to unite all of humanity through a common vision of supreme being, despite minor differences, in order to promote peace and understanding throughout the world. Caodaism seeks to create a more tolerant world where all can see each other as brothers and sisters from a common divine source. Cao Dai is the supreme deity who Caodaists believe created the universe. Their god is represented as the image of the divine eye, an eye in a triangle which appears on the faces of temples and in followers' homes. During a prayer session, it is explained that God comes into the temple and gazes out at the congregation through the divine eye. He is in their presence and watches over them. In Caodaism, the purpose of life is peace within the individual and harmony with the world. Their beliefs about the afterlife are based on the beliefs of Buddhism. Those who have gathered lots of bad karma during their lifetime will be reincarnated into negative circumstances. Those who avoid bad karma and gain good karma will be born again into a better life on earth. Salvation is freedom from samsara and rebirth in the attainment of nirvana or heaven. In order to achieve salvation, one must follow the trifold path. The first step is called Kong Kwa, which involves service to humanity. One must spend their time helping others and being selfless. Step 2 is called Kong Trina, which means self-cultivation. It is important to control secular emotions that come from our desires, jealousy, anger, and fear. The final step is called Kung Fu, meaning the return to your inner self. The goal in your spiritual journey is to return to the divine origin through meditation. Cao Dai practices involve group prayer in the temple, festivals, and elaborate rituals. They participate in worship to the Supreme Being through 4 daily ceremonies, at 6 a.m., noon, 6 p.m., and midnight, with at least 1 ceremony per day at home. Also, Cao Dais practice vegetarianism 6 days a month as a cleansing process. The Cao Dai consider vegetarianism to be of service to humankind because it does not involve harming fellow beings during the process of their spiritual evolution. Here we have an example of God's altar, which is used to worship and make offerings to the Supreme Being. Altars are found within the temple, but are also found at home for home prayer ceremonies. The altar is composed of many significant things. The main aspect is a representation of the divine eye, the symbol of Caodaism. A light shines on the divine eye, representing the universal monad. There is a bowl of fruit for offering. There are also flowers for offering, the flowers representing the body. A cup of tea, which is placed on the right side of the altar to represent yin and the spirit. 3 glasses of wine, which represent the vital essence. A glass of water, which is placed on the left side of the altar to represent yang. 2 candles, and an incense burner. Now, we are going to show you the method of making prostrations before the altar.
Venerations to Buddha. Venerations to the Dharma. Venerations to the community. So today we're going to be showing you how to make Vietnamese fried rice. The Cao Dai faith originated from Vietnam, so we figured we'd show you a typical dish that the people who started the Cao Dai faith would eat. So So this recipe for Vietnamese fried rice requires a bunch of different ingredients. So we're going to start off with our garlic. We have an onion, we have a pepper, 2 eggs, 2 cups of water, 2 carrots, jasmine rice, sugar snap peas, pepper, soy sauce, peanut oil, and sesame oil. The next step is to cook the rice. The rice is going to have to sit overnight, so do that in advance. But you put 1 1/2 cups of rice and 2 cups of water into a pot, and you bring it to a boil. Once it's reached the boiling point, you put a cover over it for 12 minutes and let it sit. Put it into a bowl and cover it with plastic wrap and let it sit all night.
Yep.
So right now we're chopping the sugar snap peas, and these are going to be mixed into a pan with all the other vegetables. Next you have to mix the sugar, which is added. I did not have that in my original ingredients. 1 teaspoon of sesame oil and 1/4 cup of soy sauce, and you have to mix the soy sauce with the sugar and sesame oil until the sugar dissolves. So right here we're mixing in the garlic and the peanut oil, and that's how you're going to get the fried rice aspect of it. And this is going to simmer and be mixed around, and then we're going to add the rice to it. So here we are mixing the veggies, and mix these for about 3 minutes or until they're nice and soft. So we are almost done, and this is one of the final steps where we mix the rice with all the veggies. Here's where it gets fancy. You need to make this little well, and this is the egg, and you let the egg cook in the middle, and then you make sure it mixes in with all the different rice. Added the soy sauce and some black pepper, and that's the final step for your fried rice.